It's a shame. I feel like I be getting my news from doing these YouTube videos with y'all, man. I've been seeing this lady face all over Facebook and stuff, but I don't know who she is. And now I'm just realizing at the title that this is from Chicago. So we gonna see some assistant principal and her mom was killed outside her middle school or outside middle school by a estranged husband. Crazy work, man. It's a lot of this going on lately. We've been tapping into. I feel like nobody wins when the family feels.
Terrifying scene in front of a Berwyn middle school forced to lock down with more than 100 kids inside.
Police say a shooting right outside the doors killed 3 people.
Didn't a kid get shot?
Around 20 shots rang out in Berwyn this afternoon.
I hear the gunshots, and they sounded like fireworks at first, and then some guy was telling me not to keep going. So I made a left in that.
Police are continuing to investigate the shooting, which happened right outside the middle school. As officers approached the scene Tuesday evening, police say they found
Berwyn. Low-key, I think I saw somebody I know work there or something, and they were saying pray for. But I thought one of the kids got hit. Maybe this a
man firing a rifle into another vehicle, which allegedly killed Lee and one other person who has not been identified. Police say the suspect was found dead in his own vehicle after allegedly shooting himself.
You know, this community has always been a family-oriented community, and everyone supports each other, and this is like a big surprise as well as a loss to our entire community.
Earlier this week, a tragedy unfolded right outside of a middle school that left 3 people dead and over 100 students, staff in lockdown. At first, the details was brief, leaving the entire community on edge. But within 48 hours, the identities of the victims and the person responsible was revealed. And what authorities uncovered painted a chilling picture of how DV issues can spiral out of control in the worst way possible. When the news first broke, nobody knew exactly what happened. Officials weren't releasing names, and parents were rushing to school, terrified that their child might be in danger. All the public knew was that lives had been lost in broad daylight, right outside a place meant to be safe for the kids. For a moment, it looked like one of these situations where answers might never come quickly, but slowly, the story started to unravel. It's even sad to say that among the victims was an assistant principal of the school, a woman whose face has now been shared publicly. She wasn't alone. Her mother was right next to her, and both would lose their lives that day. They were side by side when this happened, showing just how personal and targeted this situation was. This wasn't random. This wasn't a stranger. This was something much deeper, tied to a broken relationship that had been building for months now. According to authorities, the person believed to be responsible was her estranged husband, someone she once trusted, but who allegedly turned that trust into a nightmare. And while we may not have all the details yet, what we do know is this. Stories like this reminds us how dangerous DV struggles can become when left unchecked. In today's video, we'll go through the timeline of what happened, uncover the identities while paying our respects, also expose the alleged perpetrator, and most importantly, send love and prayers to those who was affected. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I won't give you no way.
Man, this is a long intro. I want to know what happened. Like, can we get to it, please?
With that being said,
come on.
25 authorities was investigating for hours outside Lincoln Middle School on the 6400 block of 16th Street will remain closed as investigators continue to
type bless you in the comment section. Type God bless
The
you.
shooting happened shortly after 4 p.m. when students were still inside.
And put your cash app. If y'all put your cash app, I'm going to send you something. Type God bless you in the comment section. God bless you, DLace. Say God bless you, DLace. And then put your cash app in the next comment. Make 2 comments. God bless you, DLace. And the next one is the cash app. Thank you.
Officers happened to be nearby when they heard gunshots and responded. Among 20 shots rang out, 2 dark sedans rammed into each other, with some windows blown out and bullet holes in the windshield. A man identified as Orlando had lived down the street when the incident occurred and said he heard the gunshots. He quoted, "I was pulling up and I heard the gunshots, and they sounded like fireworks at first. Then some guy was telling me not to keep going, so I made a left into the alley, and there were those kids running around. Orlando said the kids were frightened. He went over to the scene and saw the aftermath. He quoted, "I walked that way, and that's when I seen the guy slumped over in his car. And at that time, authorities gave a brief press conference that didn't last all but 4 minutes, not giving him any details and leaving the public on edge."
Issues involved are accounted for. The authorities have confirmed that there is no danger to the community, and this is and appears to be an isolated incident. The investigation is still ongoing. We will provide more information when it does become available. Currently, right now, we have West Staff forensic team on scene doing all the evidence processing, and the Borough Police Department investigative teams are handling the investigation. I'll take some questions.
So the shooter's at large?
The shooter, at this time, the shooter is not at large. We believe that the shooter is one of the deceased.
Okay. And can you confirm, or do you have any idea if these people are from Berwyn or
at this time, we're still working on identifying all the victims involved. So at this time, we don't have that information.
Can you give us genders and ages at least?
I don't have that.
Okay, so this is still the beginning of everything.
Do we know how the shooter was? You mentioned that the shooters shot at police officers, but officers did not fire back.
At this point, it appears that the shooter sustained a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Any other injuries to report?
No other injuries besides what appears to be the people involved. Unfortunately, no students, no staff at the middle school were injured in any way.
Any reflection of the police reaction after a situation like this?
So like he said, unfortunately.
That usually doesn't have that type of activity.
This is a very rare occurrence in the city of Berwyn. That is correct.
Can we talk about your officers' restraint? You know, in a situation that's so precarious like this, their lives are on the line, and they were able to manage that restraint in this situation.
Correct. We have wonderful officers that work here. Our officers go through an extensive amount of training to deal with situations like this, so that they are able to respond in a scene that is chaotic as this is.
Just to confirm, they didn't shoot because they were in a residential neighborhood in front of a school. That's the case?
They took fire. Their immediate thing was cover and then to assess. And at that point, they did not see the need to return fire.
Was it the suspect then succumbed to his injuries, and then that's when they were able to clear and look out, or how did that all play out? Do you know?
Correct. So obviously they took cover. They called for other units. Once we got enough officers there to be able to take over the scene securely, we then approached the vehicle, and that's when we found 3 victims inside the vehicles.
So one more time, the shooter is deceased and 2 other people inside the same car.
2 vehicles involved. 2 vehicles involved. It appears 2 in one vehicle, 1 in the other.
So he must be in the one.
The shooter in one vehicle was already dead, and the other 2 were dead in the other vehicle.
That's correct.
So no gender, you don't want to disclose genders.
Not at this time.
Gotcha. All right.
Was there ever gunfire? I know the police took cover, but was gunfire directed towards the police?
Yes, gunfire, yes. The suspect did fire at the officers as they were approaching.
Were there any gunshots fired from the other vehicle?
We can't confirm that at this point.
And rounds? How many rounds were shot?
I don't have that specific number. Multiple will. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
As you can see, fam, not much information was given at the time, but someone had went to Facebook and wrote the follow. That shooting that happened in Berwyn at Lincoln Middle School was my 7th grade grammar school teacher, Mr. Everidge's oldest daughter, Nerissa Lee, and her mother, Jocelyn Everidge. 2 beautiful souls gone too soon. Shanna, I'm so sorry for your loss. Lifting you and your family up in prayer during this time. Call me anytime you need me, and I'll be there for you. Love you, girlie. Then the next day, September 18, 2025, authorities proceeded to give the public more information, identifying Nerissa Lee as 46 and an assistant principal at Lincoln Middle School, saying she was found in a targeted vehicle and pronounced deceased on the scene. Police said that the case was a
Police had just said they can confirm no staff or students were hurt though. That's why I was throwing me off like, okay, am I seeing the title wrong? Like, but no, he just had it wrong.
Found in a targeted vehicle and pronounced deceased.
Or was capping.
Police said that the case was saying she was found in a targeted vehicle and pronounced deceased on the scene. Police said that the case was a DV incident and there was no ongoing threat. They also confirmed that Lee's mother was also killed in the attack. They identified Lee's husband but didn't release a photo, but where they identified him. She was identified as Stephen Lee, 54 years old, saying he died from a self-gunshot. Shauna Average, Lee's sister, said that the DV incident didn't come out the blue. She said it had started ever since. She wanted to say the tail end of June. Basically, the boiling point would have been yesterday. She told the news that they my family. I mean, it's a horrible thing. You know, I have a lot of emotions. I don't quite know what to feel. She also mentioned that she was supposed to go with her mom to go pick up her sister to take her to the local police station. But she got a call from her Bible school teacher. She decided to stay out there, extending her conversation.
They're my family, and I mean, it's a horrible thing. You know, I have a lot of emotions. I don't quite know what to feel.
Shayna Everidge losing both her sister and mother in a shooting outside Lincoln Middle School in Berwyn around 4 p.m. Tuesday.
She was supposed to be picking her up, and then headed to the police station.
Everidge says her sister, 46-year-old Nerissa Lee, and her husband, 54-year-old Stephen Lee, had been having domestic problems since June, with an altercation involving a weapon at their home Monday night.
Broward police went inside the house Monday evening. They had all the lights on and things like that, but they were there around 11 o'clock at night.
The couple's next-door neighbor, who did not want to be identified, says prior to that, she hadn't noticed any issues.
She was always about her work. She sounded like she really loved her school, really loved her kids. Steve, we were always be outside working with his car, washing his car. He always be grilling Vanessa on certain holidays. And he would talk more with my husband and things like that. But he was always friendly. We spoke every time he seen us, so he always said hi.
Berwyn police say Stephen Lee opened fire on his wife and mother-in-law, 76-year-old Jocelyn Everidge, in their car, then fired at responding officers before turning the gun on himself. Shayna Everidge says she was supposed to go with her mother to pick her sister up from Lincoln Middle, but got a phone call from her old Sunday school teacher and decided to stay home.
We talked, and it was actually, I guess, having been on the phone with her, and I talked so much to the point where my mother was already proceeding to leave, and I was just like, nah, I ain't gonna even go. But I guess it was a good thing, because in the end, I probably would not be here.
Now, the next day class had resumed with counseling available for the students and staff. It's very unfortunate. But then Steve Jr. had went to Facebook and wrote the following about his dad. Yeah, I lost half of my heart. My dad is gone. I can't. He also wrote, Daddy, you just gonna check out on me like that? Huh? He also reposted the news clip of the assistant principal being identified and wrote, I can't believe I'm seeing your face on the news. You was nothing but nice to me. I just moved down the street from you. I was gonna come see you and my daddy, and now it's too late. Every side lost. But the fact of mom and her daughter had to lose their life side to side in such gruesome fashion in front of her place of work is hard to imagine. It's a real life reminder that when it comes to DV struggles, ignoring the warning signs can cause lives. Too often, people think it won't happen to them, or they stay hoping things will change. But sometimes, it ends with the kind of pain that you can't undo. And let's use this story as a wake-up call. If you or somebody you know is dealing with something similar, speak up.
Yeah, bro, I ain't gonna lie, man. Can't take that stuff lightly, bro. You just never know what be going on, bro. You just never know. You just never know, man. Bro, that was perfectly said. Just people take that stuff lightly, and stuff always end up happening to people, man.
I'm a fault with. Let's take a nap, sipping on my cup, slide in the traffic, riding in traffic, waiting on the traffic.